On this episode of WGTV, one student finds out why people are scared and why they enjoy it.
As humans, we differ greatly in our personality characteristics. Things that we might find pleasurable, our partner might not find pleasurable.
The Walnut Grove Cemetery holds strong connections for many Prosper residents.
For me, I haven't really planned ahead this much, but I want to come back and teach in Prosper. So when I build a family and when I have the kids, I obviously want them to come here and build a legacy in Prosper.
And a chilling competition takes place in the forum where students and teachers are in the Halloween spirit.
Miss Bogart, oh, Miss Bogart takes a tumble.
These stories and more on this episode of WGTV. Kents, and thank you for tuning into this spooky edition of WGTV. Live from the Grove, I'm Camila Salinas.
And I'm Olivia Cook.
As you can see, we are dressed quite well for the occasion.
I am loving the bee costume, Camila.
Thank you. I love your butterfly wings. They suit you so well.
What can I say?
Well, we have many exciting stories coming up. But first, Olivia is going to catch you up on what's been happening at the Grove. Olivia?
Thanks, Camila. Tomorrow is the Blackout Pep Rally, meaning all students are following a pep rally schedule. The theme is Blackout, so show up and show out in your neon colors. Mu Alpha Theta, the National Math Honor Society, is in the process of accepting applications. If you're interested, you may pick up an application in room 2217. Applications and fees are due no later than November 19th. For additional information, check the weekly email. This past Sunday, the McKinney National Airport hosted its first ever display event. The airport displayed various aircrafts from emergency medical helicopters to corporate jets. The airport's director claimed they will be hosting another display event in the future. A resident in the colony won more than $1 million in a Texas two-step drawing. The winner, who remains anonymous, claimed their jackpot during the October 16th drawing. This lucky winner was able to beat the overall odds of 1 out of 32.4.
Olivia, what makes you scared?
You know, I have this irrational fear of clown snakes.
Clown snakes? Well, I have this fear of snake clowns. Christopher Munchmeyer expands on what makes people scared and the science behind it.
Why do people love to be scared? The terrifying truth is that it's all by design. From screams to the dark, the fear people seek in movies and film is carefully crafted to evoke emotions of fright. When watching a horror film, what makes you scared?
The suspense and the thrill. Just building up to those exciting, terrifying moments in a lot of movies. Just it gets you going, it gets your heart racing, your blood pumping. It's just a lot.
For some, it's the shock when the big moment is revealed. For others, it's the slow, quiet dread before the jump.
I would say the age that people start to really gravitate towards scary experiences would be adolescent, so teen years, maybe mid-teen years. So that's when your frontal lobe is really starting to come on board and develop. And you're able to say, I know this is scary in theory, but I also know that it's fictional. So therefore I have control over it. And maybe actually this is kind of fun.
The youth love shock and suspense, so it's the director's goal to take the audience's favorite aspects and weave them into one single moment of fear.
If I mess with the way you're seeing, I'm working in a movie way, and that's always a good challenge because there's different ways that different things can scare us. A scary musical piece and a scary image and a scary performance, they're all different things. But the director's job is to look at those and be like, okay, how can I tie all of these in together in a movie? So maybe I'll bring the music down here and I'll bring the performance up here. And that's how it all comes together to really create something scary.
Horror isn't just a source of terror, it's a safe path to a powerful psychological ward. And that is why fear will never go out of style. For WGTV, I'm Christopher Munchmeyer.
Make sure you get your fair share of dopamine through scares this Halloween.
On Sunday, November 2nd, all Texas state parks are allowing free admissions for just one day. According to Fox 4, this is in honor of Texas State Parks Day, a tradition that was started in 2023. everyone is able to choose one of Texas's 89 state parks to enjoy this special occasion. As of today, Hurricane Melissa is making its way towards Bermuda. After leaving behind a path of destruction in both Jamaica and Cuba, it has been reduced to a Category 2 storm. Overall, Hurricane Melissa is still marked one of the most powerful Atlantic storms.
Walnut Grove got its name from the cemetery down First Street. Kendall Barnes finds connection that this graveyard has with Prosper residents.
On First Street, across from Walnut Grove High School, is the Walnut Grove Graveyard, the resting place and foundation for Prosper, Texas. The graveyard represents the town's roots, laying the foundation for growth that continues through legacies today.
Cities traditionally, historically, have always grown northward. Anything you see was not here. What was here was a farmhouse here, a farmhouse way down there, but those are all gone.
The surge in population has made Prosper slowly forget the history of the people that helped build it.
We try to make everyone have a headstone, because when 100 years goes by and you don't have a headstone, you don't exist. Is that terrible? I have a lot of family members buried here. My parents, my grandparents, I have a brother buried here.
Prosper families have been buried in the Walnut Grove Cemetery for generations, the Vest family being one of them.
My dad was on the school board in the 60s, and I was on the school board in the 80s, so we met here all our lives. And Casey didn't have a whole lot of chance. She's going to be affected by it one way or the other.
I think for me, I haven't really planned ahead this much, but I want to come back and teach in Prosper. So when I build a family and when I have the kids, like I obviously want them to come here and build a legacy in Prosper, yes.
The time that she has spent at this table, all of her 17 and a half plus years, as the story that tells about her life. And I think that's something that we have to treasure.
The Vests and countless others buried at the Walnut Grove Graveyard are more than just a name on a stone. They are Prosper's living memory. For WGTV, I'm Kendall Barnes.
Although cemeteries can represent fun in the Halloween season, remember the importance behind the headstones and be respectful to those who have passed. This week, the Wildcat football team competes on Halloween and will have some frightening competition. Austin and Luke are in studio for your sports recap. Guys.
Thanks, Camilla. This week is a big week for Wildcat sports.
Yes, it is. The Wildcat cross-country team athletes Jackson Hart and Riley Case are headed to state this week. Let's take a look at what their strategy is.
Just be really confident. You don't want to, be confident and believing that you can do it, because if you don't believe you're going to make it, you're not going to, right? You just got to stay confident and pick people off one by one.
They have put a lot into their training to get to this stage, so be sure to cheer them on this week.
Wildcat football team is competing for a district title this Friday at 7 p.m. at Children's Health Stadium. Moving to a more messy yet thrilling game, Ryan Sheldon is at the Forum to give you a spooky game. Ryan?
All right, here I am for our first ever WGTV Mummy Run. I'm going to explain the rules real quick. So over here we have our dizzy bats. They're going to spin around 10 times, and then they run all the way over here to this middle table with the toilet paper, where they're going to wrap their teammates in toilet paper until they're fully covered. Then their teammates are going to have to run to the end of the Forum over here and then back to the center table. The first team to do it wins. You still have to have toilet paper on you for it to count. All right, is everybody ready? Yeah. All right, on your mark, get set, go. All right, it's looking like Parker's gonna finish spinning first. All right, Parker and Rissa are making a run for it. Miss Bogart. Oh, Miss Bogart takes a tumble. Parker's struggling figuring out how to wrap coolly. Rissa's getting a start. Our teachers are still struggling to get the toilet paper off of the roll. All right, it's looking like our football team is making the most progress right now. It is falling off a little bit. Color guard's doing a pretty good job as well. All right, color guard is fully wrapped. Now, can it stay on is the question. Teachers are good. Football needs a little more. Football's good now. All right, go, 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 go. Color guards making it back. They do not have much toilet paper left. Football's got quite a bit of paper left. Color guard made it back first, but football does have the most toilet paper left. All right, it looks like our football players are the winning team. They came in second, but they did have a decent more amount coverage than our color guard. How do y'all feel about this?
You know, we feel great. You know, huge win for the Walnut Grove football team, and you know, it's a team sport. It's not an individual sport. My man Pete right here. Go ahead and talk to him.
I mean, yeah, we started off rough. We couldn't figure out how to keep the toilet paper from ripping.
A little too thin.
So then I locked in. I went to flow state. So then we got going. We got a rhythm going, and then, I mean, we didn't want to cheat the rules. So I knew he could have chased him down, but we had to have as much toilet paper at the end. Slow and steady wins the race.
Exactly.
All right. What do y'all think most contributed to your success?
Probably Pete's toilet paper at the end. His flow state. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I kind of touched my fingers together and I just let it roll off, just like you're rolling toilet paper in the bathroom.
Perfect. It was the most perfect I've ever seen in my life.
So yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all for coming out today. That concludes our Mummy Run segment. Hope everybody had a lot of fun.
Thanks, Ryan, and congratulations to football. Color guard, if you would have ran across the line with a little more toilet paper, you would have won.
Tomorrow's matchup versus Melissa may be the Wildcats' biggest game yet. So far, both teams are on fire, going 6-0 in district play.
Exactly. This will be a tough game for both teams. Let's take a look at the player matchups that will be key in the outcome of this game.
In last year's matchup against Melissa, Cam Newton was largely held in check, only rushing for 63 yards on 20 carries. While it was a frustrating game for him, he still finished the year winning first team all-district.
On the other side of the ball, Melissa's Jeremiah Tabor had 93 yards and 17 carries. He also ended the year with an award, District Offensive Newcomer.
It certainly looks like both teams are going to have to sell out to stop the run.
Definitely. This year, Walnut Grove has been placed in some difficult situations where they have shown what they can do. 2 weeks ago, the Wildcats faced off against the Anna Coyotes in an offensive shootout.
Absolutely. It was back and forth until Cam Newton secured the victory for the Wildcats, running in a touchdown in the final minutes of the game.
If that game wasn't close enough for you, last Friday, the Wildcat defense struggled against Jacob Janasek of the Lovejoy Leopards. He threw up 303 yards and 68 rushing yards. The Wildcats finally stepped up in the fourth quarter, blocking a Lovejoy field goal.
The defense is going to have to play their best this week to stop quarterback Brett Holloway. He's thrown for over 1,100 yards and added over 500 on the ground. One thing's for certain, it's going to be an incredible matchup, but only time will tell which team shines brightest under the Friday night lights.
That's it for your sports recap. For WGTV, I'm Luke Kemper.
And I'm Austin Cunningham.
Come on, you can't be doing that, dude. Get out of here.
Unnecessary roughness. Come on, man.
There we go, ref.
Thank you, guys. That's all we have for today's ghastly episode. For WGTV, I'm Olivia Cook.
And I'm Camille Salinas. Happy Halloween, and remember, Wildcats, set the standard and be prompt, prepared, productive, and polite.